Hello and welcome to this video from Christian Immigration. Today we are going to speak about a very interesting topic, which is Student Direct Stream, or SDS as it is popularly known. This is the student season, and hence I thought it makes a lot of sense to upload a video like this, which would be helpful to the whole student community, especially students applying to Canada. Now, uh, there have been questions around whether one should take SDS or the regular stream, and I've made another video which is answering that question, and the things you need to consider before you make that final decision. Uh, you can search with my company's name, which is Christian Immigration Consulting, and you'll surely find that video. I'll also leave a link for you where you can find where you can visit that particular video and you can listen to it. Now, coming back to the main question, how do you qualify, or what are the conditions you need to meet in order to apply under the SDS stream, the student direct stream? Um, First condition is obviously you got to be a resident, a legal resident of uh, one of these countries. Now, they just don't say that you got to be citizen of this country, right? They're saying legal resident. So you could be a citizen of another country and be living in one of these countries and still qualify under SDS, right? Countries, the names is right there: Brazil, Antigua and Barbuda, China, India, Pakistan, a list of countries, Senegal, Vietnam. There's a long list of countries. You can always come and look at the list. I'm going to leave the link to uh, this particular page in the description box below. The second requirement is you got to do well on your IELTS. So why is IELTS important? Because I always tell people who come to me even before they come for the visa. I help them with the admission process as well. So I always tell them in the first consultation that doing well on IELTS helps them in multiple ways. One, getting into a decent university. Two, um, you can also apply through the SDS stream, which has its own advantages. So, what do you need to score on your IELTS? If it's English exam, then IELTS. If it's a French exam, then TEF. What is the score? At least 6 or higher in each of the language skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. 6 in each of them. While they say that as the bare minimum, I always tell students to do much better than that. Score 7, 7.5, 6.5 in some areas, and thereabouts. Be there, not exactly around 6. Don't keep your goal as 6, because if you do not reach that 6 number, it means that again you might have to retake this IELTS exam, or you may go under the regular stream, even though you might be wanting to apply under SDS. The second important thing is proof of GIC of Canadian dollar 10,000. What is GIC? Basically, you open an account in a Canadian bank with two banks that are at the top of the list is obviously Scotiabank and CIBC give this, but there's a complete list that the Canadian government has given where you can keep your GIC. What basically these banks do, they open your account even while you're not entered the country. Much before you do that, you deposit that 10,000. Assuming everything goes well, you get the visa and you land in Canada. Every month you are given a certain amount, and they give you the breakup of that 12 months that they're going to distribute. They're going to distribute that $10,000 in 12 months, and every month they're going to give you some amount towards your living expenses in Canada. So this is the Canadian government's way of ensuring that you as a student do not suffer after reaching there, that you have enough funds and you do not have to think about many things, but at least the financial aspects once you reach Canada. The next, so I get this question often: what happens if the visa is not? Simple, call the bank and they're going to transfer your money back. The money is all yours. It always was. They might deduct a few charges. That is something you certainly need to understand from them before opening what might be some of the charges they will deduct. But that's pretty much it. The third thing that you need to fulfill is you need to make one full academic year's payment, right? If it's a 2-year course, you need to make the first year's payment. If it's a 1-year course only that you're going for, then the full course's payment has to be made upfront. Now, this is where most people kind of think whether they want to go through the SDS or the non-SDS stream. For example, if you're going to a school where the first academic year's fee payment is around, let's say, $40,000, $50,000, it is surely something you need to think about, whether that is acceptable to you and your family, whether you want to pay up that much of money right away. Some people, they prefer paying it in parts. Maybe you go to Canada, you register, then you pay the first. After registration, you pay the first semester's fee, then finish the first semester. It buys people time, right? If you are one of them who needs that kind of time, then SDS is not for you. So this is a conversation obviously you can have with your family and then decide what's best. But if you have to come under SDS, if you want your file to be processed under SDS, then the first year's fee is very, very important. The next is letter of acceptance from a post-secondary DLI. How do you find a DLI? Simple. Just go to Google and type DLI Canada, and the first link that comes is from the Canadian government. You can just click on that, choose your province, and it will show you all the DLIs in that province. One additional thing that I always tell people to check is your program coming under the PGWP eligible programs? Is your college offering PGWP eligible programs? Most well-known colleges do. If your college if it's saying no in front of your college, then you may want to talk to them and find out. And you are expecting a PGWP, and if it's saying no in front of that, then you may want to find out from your college, what the deal is. There are some colleges which you will see yes, and there'll be a bracket and the word details with a URL. You may want to click that and see, because then in case of those colleges, it means that there are certain programs which offers PGWP, and then there are certain programs that don't offer PGWP. Again, if you wish to go for a program which offers PGWP, then you've got to choose those programs or those colleges which offer such programs, and not all of them do. So that's something you've got to be very careful about, right? Your goals versus what the college offers, that match has to be there. Along with that, what you need to send is most recent secondary or post-secondary education transcripts and proof of completion of upfront medical if you have lived or traveled for 6 months in a designated country or territory. This is a question that you will see even when you fill out the questionnaire. Once you create your GC key, you say you want to apply to come to Canada as a student. In the questionnaire, there is a question which exactly asks you this, whether you have lived or traveled for 6 months in a designated country or territory. What that means is, generally, ideally, have you traveled to a country where an immigration medical exam is a requirement? So just type your country's name. Again, as simple as that. Just put either come and click on this designated countries list, or just put designated countries or territories Canada in Google, and this link will open up. Just put your country's name here. Just type out your country's name and see if against your country whether it says yes or no. If it says yes, it means that you would have to do a medical exam if you have lived there for more than 6 months, right? If it says no, for example, any of these countries, it says no for Antigua and Barbuda. So obviously it means that you don't need an upfront medical for this country. So these are the 6 conditions you got to meet to apply under SDS, and I hope this video is of help to you. If you need help with either admissions or with your visa process, be sure to reach out to us. I'm going to leave my email ID in the description below. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.